Howdy. I mean, yeah, howdy. Hello. So, I will just, there is this event here, not this one, this one. For instance, probably nothing at all. But we're going to the Easy Breeze Holiday Resort where we're gonna do some dancing, I guess, with these half-assed characters, or what they are. And opportunity to do Sandrone tea party. Nothing else. Hopefully, hopefully, it's going to be even quicker than
this tea party.
my previous stream. Who else is left? Who was last time? I was with Albedo, yeah. Started with Citlali, so is it going to be in the order that I'm choosing, or?
Who should I invite?
Because then I think I would go from this direction, and then these guys last as the most interesting ones. But let's go with Marianne. That might probably be the most interesting one. Marianne, is it really her? It seems she recognized me from a Fontaneria festival poster. I should go and meet her. So let's do that. Go to the tea party. And the tea party is navigation. And we did. Huh. I was expecting her here. In the pauses. Well. So maybe the invitation worked that well. She's actually... Yeah, okay, let's put it. So these guys are around from now on. Who knows, who knows. Alrighty, let's put down the table. There.
To be honest, I'm still in shock.
Really?
You know, back then, both Alana and I thought you'd already left this world.
Huh.
If we had woken up earlier, maybe we could have visited you and Ellen. But I suppose that's fate.
They have the same voice.
If we had woken up earlier, maybe we could have visited you and Ellen. But I suppose that's fate. To be honest, I'm still in shock.
Yeah. She has a bit more affection in her voice, but probably that's intentional for her character, but...
Miss Marianne... Fate works in mysterious ways. Who would have thought that Anne and I would see a film poster featuring your portrait during our travels?
Huh.
So that's what made you think to contact me? Precisely! The aroma of coffee. It really takes me back. Thank you for inviting us to your tea party, Miss Sandrone.
I'm so vaguely know actually what happened with Marianne, because I did not pay attention to the Narcissus and Croissant stuff at the beginning. I mean, I did not care for it. It's more like... That's the problem with these important world quests. That there are other ones that are unimportant, and when you start one, you don't know if that's uh, how much you are interested, how much you are going to be invested more like into it. And when it happens, then you're late, actually. And you cannot go back to read it again or experience it again. And that's why voiced quests are much more important. But the more details are in the word quest, as you can see in the latest one, it's like it has the word vibe. I think it's more important than it was actually with the Sunny Summer Fontanalia. You know, people don't care that much about the Sandrone story event of it, basically, what happened there, because that's like secondary to what happened on the moon. You know, it was much more grandiose, and so we've been missing out. That's, for example, what happened in Mondstadt or in Liwe, in the background in those quests. I guess nobody cared back then. But since Enkanomia, things have changed. And after Enkanomia, there was the Aranara. There are some interesting things there. I'm not saying I don't know. Some people love it so much, and the Aranara. Ooh, I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them. I'm like, in principle, it's good. It's just how the quest was made and how much praise we got, how many times we introduced ourselves, how many times Paimon repeated our introductions, and then how many times the Arnor repeated that, and then from the other side, and that happened also at the end of every part of the quest, when it happened that, oh, you are so good, and because you are, and then like almost like the introduction. So more than half of the quest is like praising and introduction and like repeating stuff. Not more than half. I think more than 3/4 of that quest, and that ruined it for me. That ruined it for me more than anything. I think that's my most hated part of this game, because of how they handled it, not what the story actually was. It would have been interesting. I don't know what my neighbor does again, but it sounds like knocking, but it's too far. It's in their flat, but so it's not knocking on my door. But I was out like before what is happening there. No, whatever. So and the Narcissan Cruisordo was right after that. You know, after Sumeru was Fontaine, and I was like, it's going to happen again. Oh, also, because of the Aronara, I missed out a lot of stuff with Dashret, with you know, Lilupar, Soruj, and all those stuff. By the time I got invested, half of those quests were gone. I'm so angry about it. I'm so angry about it. So yeah, Aronara is not. Ugh. And they cute. I'm not saying that they aren't. They have their part in the story. They have their fit. It's just think of it that way. Like for months, you would be eating the same thing. Like just potatoes. In different ways, but just potatoes. Nothing with the potatoes. No, that's not true. Okay, but still, or rice for everything or whatever. But the thing is that for months even though there were the main quests, but for the Aranara took way more time. Aranyaka basically took way more time. And when there were puzzles and all the other stuff, I enjoyed those very much. Those were very cool. Easy but cool. I mean, looking for some stuff, in the Aranyaka, you know, there were some difficulties. There were even some things that I looked up. But all in all, mini games are never too difficult in this game. Okay, we're still at the beginning of this. I mean, it's not even long, as she said.
Your garden is so elegantly arranged. It's perfect for a lady of such grace.
It's just almost the same as yours.
This is the home Elan and I once shared. I feel it's only right that I maintain its beauty. See? You're already so much better at this than my brother. Elan never even decorated his room. He couldn't deal with pretty things.
So Anne has also the same voice. The previous sentences did not bring it out.
Precisely. Miss Marianne. Elan never even decorated his room. He couldn't deal with pretty things.
Yeah, so all of them are the same.
That's right. And Renee was no different. Jakob and I were the only ones who could properly spruce up a room and prepare a tea party. So he was like that even when he was little? I always thought it was due to his age. He was always that way. He may have been book smart, but he was a bit of a klutz in other ways. Maybe that's why he was the only one of us who chose painful reality over the illusion of a sweet dream.
Also, voices change personalities a lot. I did not put her personality this way, and even so, if someone else would portray her with a different size, sound, and like different tones, that would definitely change her again. So maybe, but when you are just reading, then it's more what you are putting. As you meet somebody, you see a tiny speck part of a percentage of what that person is like, but your brain cannot fathom it that way. It has to be that okay, that, so it might be an unknown, but still your brain assumes a lot. And the more conscious you are about it, the better, actually. Because if you are not conscious, then your brain will fill that in with your fears or expectations, or like actually the state that you are in at that moment, or even with mistakes, not misconceptions, I would say, because you see somebody who is beautiful in your eyes, then your brain assumes that they are the best kind of characters that you are not even good enough for, or whatever, and you're like, oh, they are so much better than me, or like, not everybody, I'm just giving an example, of course. So your brain assumes it that way, and you might have this you might be discouraged to go with not maybe not beautiful, but maybe seems like successful and powerful. So there are a lot of scenarios that could be, but your brain does that. And then it might be that you are just drinking a beer together with somebody. Doesn't, so gender doesn't matter here. Beer, and then you get to know each other, the mannerisms, the tones of their voice, and then you just realize, okay, I thought that you are completely different. It's very 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 rare that people say to someone else that you are exactly what I imagined you to be. It's more like Delulu people think that way. So it's that rare. And when people say that if they want to get into the other person's pants, those are mostly those kind of situations. Usually, nope, you're not right about that other person. It could be in the right direction. I'm not saying that it's not, but you don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, attractiveness is not in scale. Not in scale with someone's personality. Usually the other way around. So that's why I'm saying that how we should feel about a character, like an audience, to have like some kind of consensus about it. The voice is very important, and the tones. So from now on, I would assume that Marianne is kind of similar to Sandrone, and I've thought that they are completely different. And it's on me. I read the sentences back then. I don't remember the sentences what they are, but still, the personality, that's more like the emotions that they brought out. That's what I remember the most. That's what I should remember the most. And that's as now I have to realize that those are probably wrong. So I now have to rewatch it or see it in some way to put it together with this personality. Interesting, huh? I mean, for me it's interesting. For you, you probably clicked away. I mean, someone did while I was talking, but yeah. Probably that's why I don't have any viewers, but I still enjoy it this way.
I don't think he regretted that choice.
Mm-hmm.
No, because that was his wish as a hero. The regret is ours. His wish should never have stood alone.
I like that sentence.
What about you, Miss Sandrone? Is there something you wish for? Ellen once asked me that exact same question.
Did he ask it only once? Because that moment was referred to, and we went back to it quite a couple times.
So he asked you that too?
Huh.
My brother must have matured a lot. He never would have asked something like that when I knew him. Wish is such a hollow word. Can you ever have whatever you want? If that were the case, there would be no bad in the world.
But it's not that having whatever you want. It's wishing is wishing could be something that you have to work for as well. So even if you have goals, those are like kind of wishes that you would end up with that goal, reaching that goal, even if it's on you. Wish doesn't necessarily, and I think in most cases not doesn't mean that it's like a given to you as a miracle or whatever. Like, even if I just say that I wish I could be a better person, and then that's on my work, and I can become a better person. If I say that I wish, okay, don't judge me for it. It's just for an example, but that's what popped into my mind. I wish I was a woman. Then that's something that's a miracle is needed. Yeah, I'm not pro trans. So if anyone wants to hate me for that, feel free. I don't care. But still, for that, a miracle was needed. So it's something, or But if you have just smaller goals, or like I wish I would have a hamburger in this weekend. or for tomorrow or whatever. It's a wish. It can be done. It doesn't need a miracle. It doesn't need anyone else. Maybe someone to cook it, but even I can do that if I take the ingredients. So yeah, it's not a hollow word. I don't agree with this. Can you ever have whatever you want? It can be a small thing, can be a big thing. It can depend on you. I mean, it depends on you in that way that in most of the cases you have to do something for it, at least. So that part is on you. Sometimes it depends on the obstacles or persons or other people's wishes, which causes chaos. That that determines that you are able to reach it or not.
I'm doing what I want to do. What I believe to be right. I don't know if this counts as a wish, but it makes me happy.
It does, I think.
Now that is a wonderful thing. I envy you. Then do you resent Elen? Because he created you in Marianne's image?
Huh.
Never. He always made it clear that I'm my own person, unique and distinct, and that I should choose my own life. So that's exactly what I did. Whether it's stories or food, as long as you're happy with your choices, then they're the right choices for you, Sandrone.
With that, I can agree. With that, put in. So those are not necessarily the right choices. In most people's cases, they are not. But for you or for them, if they want that, you know, or if they are content with them, then those are probably right for them. But somebody's happiness can be somebody else's misery, even unintentionally. So the for you is very important.
Exactly. Here. So now, let's just quietly enjoy the food you've so carefully prepared for us.
Yeah. I overanalyzed it a little bit, but...
Life is best when all is peaceful and calm.
Okay.
Is that the time? We should get together more often, Miss Sandrone.
Yeah. You might do that. It's on Hoyo. So, not on me. Okay. Next one. Disco Emotion, Holiday Emotion. I haven't even read that one. Okay. Start reading. So I should have streamed the word quest back then. And I was even thinking maybe I would make another account and stream those that I did not. So basically the word quest
Called back to the Zeppel-Yarny Palace again? Ugh,
for going up until Enconomia, not until Enconomia, until the Aranyaka. Leave out the Aranyaka entirely, of course, and do the Deshret and Soruch and Lilupar stuff. Because the golden slumber, that I did that on my own because I was like, it's unimportant, who cares? It was right after the Aranyaka. I was like, we are not. And that was such a freaking cool quest. Ask anybody. Everybody knows it. Engin. I didn't talk to her at the previous quest. I just heard about her, and then I realized later that she was her. She was there. So yeah, Engin. Something like this and like that, and those little thieves will be on their knees crying for mercy. At a moment like this, if you accidentally let one of them slip away, he'll panic. Why is it big he? I mean a capital he. Panic and run back to report it, and you just quietly tie him. Then, right when they're busy planning their next move, you kick down the door to their hideout and give them the scare of a lifetime. You make a very good point, Miss Engin. When dealing with irredeemable criminals, unconventional methods are indeed necessary. Atlan isn't like Fontaine, with all those convoluted, elaborate law enforcement procedures. I make good use of that advantage. I already rounded up the remaining Saurian poachers earlier. I use your method and wipe out the smugglers to the north in one fell swoop. And don't forget to give me the good news afterward. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm no longer a member of the Mason Guardian Age. Under the confidentiality regulations, Tulena can no longer report her work to me either. Feels like I still have a few tricks I haven't shared with the people who could use them. Maybe I should just write a memoir? Yes, a memoir sold exclusively to law enforcement all over the world. My 150 years of experience should be useful. They old. Basically, they are the new versions of the Saurians. I mean, not new, like a version of the Saurians for Fontaine. It's just like more like a race, and more like intelligent in the communication ways. I mean, yeah, they are younger. The Saurians are older. They were there more than 500 years ago. So yeah, Nasta. I'm all for it. I didn't even realize. I'm all for it. Once you fully enjoyed this party and feel nice and refreshed, writing it is sure to go smoothly. Writing it is sure to go smoothly too. I don't know what. Let's say, send me a signed copy. They're talking about something, publishing something. Oh, the memoir. I was thinking about a diary, not like something to publish. You get the very first one. Once I danced and to my heart's content, I rent a typewriter as soon as I get back and start writing immediately. Melusine and Nasta? Now that's an unexpected combination. What are they talking about? Sounds like an interesting conversation. Sounds like they're talking about something pretty dangerous. Oh, allow me. Maybe some dust or something was there. Okay. Alright, our leader dancer is here. The great Hermione. Let the party begin. Lead dancer. I remember that, you know, those side movements that we made. Hey, there's Barbara behind us. First things first, big news. Our second dance party is now underway. And we've got new participants too, missing from the Fontaine tour group along with her 3 companions. Also, thanks to our Uta BT, Kachina and the idol from Mondstadt, the Fontaine guests, and the Ashas here have all learned brand new dance moves. Wait, that's way too much information at once. So besides everyone from before and little Saurians, and there are Melusines and Ashas joining the stage too. I mean, they did before as well. Exactly, which means we get to dance to even more upbeat music and have even more fun. As the lead dancer, you will also get to show how well you can adapt to any rhythm. So we just became the lead dancer. The greater the hype, the better the vibe. The more the merrier. Hold on, as to call you Tumaini. So you're the Tumaini, traveler? The young warrior of the children of Echoes who taught me to dance said her master is the great Tumaini of Netland. And an amazing dancer too. I mean, So after all that roundabout talk, it was you? Then that makes me your grandmaster, doesn't it? Yes, the special patrol officer's intel network has limits too. Exactly. Even an instructor like you slips up sometimes. How could you miss such important intel from a neighboring country? Hey now, that's not fair. I don't operate outside my jurisdiction. Why bother with things that don't concern me? Knowing too much can mess with your head, you know. It's all about managing your information load. Anyway, dancing really comes down to talent. Who knows, maybe I'm one of those protagonist level geniuses. Give me 2 days and I'll be dancing just as well as you. Not that we need to complete or anything, I just mean whatever the beat, whatever the trendiest moves, I can always keep up. Right, dancing's all about having fun. Even if all you can do is sway to the beat, you're still part of it. Looks like everything's ready. If you want to catch up with friends first, they're all waiting for you over there. Or we can gather everyone here anytime, get the music going and kick off the main event. Yeah, I have to talk to them. This is your first time activating Dance Dance user. Proceed with calibration. I mean... Calibrate away. It's like... as if I didn't do this any time before, but I guess it's a rhythm game. I mean... I kind of missed the last one. Right, so it's just a hold. It was 6 on your side. So the 6th one is the release. I get it now. And how do I know which one do you do? There you go. That was crap. Yeah, I don't know why they are enforcing this one. And with not even doing it in a dynamic way. Hello, guys. Nilu, look, the dessert this time is a sweat sour berry roll based on Mondstadt's apple roly-poly, but with Quanapa berry juice instead. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's... You're just messing with us at this point. With streamers or whatever, I mean, like I'm a streamer, but people who are actually reading this stuff like out loud. Okay, whatever. You know, I've always thought that the sweetness of apples and that of Quanapa berries would go together. Great opportunity to try it out, don't you think? It's also got smetana from Nod-Krai in it. That should give it a unique texture. Nod-Krai? Miss Story mentioned that many dishes from there have both some Snezhnaya flavor and their own distinctive touches. And at her store, premium smetana costs 150,000 more jar. Oh, Barbara brought the stuff. The Knights of Favonius in her hometown imported tons of ingredients from Nod-Krai, some of which I'd forgotten to buy previously. But 150,000 more jar seems a bit pricey. How many water sports supplies could be purchased with that, I wonder? Is that delicious food we're discussing? Save some for me. One serving here, two, please. Oh, sure. What? Pichine, Paimon, when did the two of you arrive? About when you started talking about food. Around the time when Smetana was brought up. That feels like it should be Paimon's time. Whatever. You get to have it this time. Alright then, the captain of the guard and patissier extraordinaire will be with you shortly. Brand new dish in hand. I mean, I'm not sure I said it correctly. I'm also almost sure that I did not say it correctly. But like stopping in mid sentence just to correct myself, and it's alright. It's a meh. Then yeah. Yeah, I'm having more fun with the reading stuff now that, and I was checking my old content when I was reading back then, like started to use this game partially and stream stuff that I had to read this way a lot, because that was a practice for me to speak in English. I know it's not perfect now either, but it's way more natural how I speak now, even compared to some native speakers, I would say. But you know, it's usually because they have some problems with speaking, not that I'm that good. But back then, sometimes I did not. I did not do it that right. Sometimes there were no problems, but definitely I could not pay that much attention, because I did pay a lot of attention to speak right, like read right, and say things right, which took out the naturality of it, you know. So I enjoy putting it in the tones, so it's not like just reading, but more like having these maybe tonality is the word, rather than just tones, you know. But still, when somebody here listens to it, then it would sound more like a natural way people would talk, not like, alright then, the captain of the guard of patissier extraordinaire will be with you shortly, a brand new dish in hand. You know, that's difficult to listen to, I would say. But alright then, the captain of the guard of and patissier extraordinaire will be with you shortly, brand new dish in hand. How much more natural it is, even if it's incorrect in some parts. But yeah, I just feel that way. Not that anyone cares. Sorry, but Captain of the Guard? Oh wait, this is something we were discussing previously. Nilo was the girl next door, and Nilo was the magic teacher? I don't know, but Nilo is kind of a girl next door. Yeah, Paimon remembers Molani calling Nilo the friendly magic teacher next door. Oh, so both. She uses her own gentle way to break down deep truths so they click for everyone. In that case, I suppose I try to play this role in earnest this time. I guess by the name of Sadil asked me some questions about dance music. For instance, about how to dance along when you hear a new song. That's actually, yeah. Yeah, in some ways that could be an interesting topic, because, and also like singing with a group song that you don't know the lyrics for. It's almost like if it's not a difficult, you know, when it makes sense, it's almost like you can go with it. I mean, I guess some innovativeness is required for it, but still. Or if someone has that feel, that sense of music, then they can like predict some parts of the song that is actually new for them and go with it. Sometimes I'm that person. I'm not saying that a lot of times, but I definitely been there, done that. In other words, how to improvise in music and dance? Yeah, basically. To me, this is almost a matter of instinct. I can just find the right rhythm and the suitable style when I move. But I'm still not sure how to teach those who might have no experience at all. Oh, don't worry too much about it, think about it this way. It's not entirely wrong to call Melusins fairies of the nation of Hydro, right? And fairies are really smart cookies, aren't they? And now that our lead dancer, Petunia, has arrived, Miss Adil and the Melusins can just follow her lead. They'll be fine. They'll pick up the other basic dance moves up. They'll pick the other basic dance moves up, easy peasy. That's true. Last time Petunia used subtle guidance to get them to execute the right rhythms. I believe you can do the same for the Melusins. And why are not looking at us when you talk to us? Hey, just watch me. Call me the Master Melusin Mentor. Paimon wants to learn too, if the dances aren't too hard. Right? And Molani disappeared. What? Yo ho, hey there, Petunia. Here's your dance party captain of the guard reporting in. Oh, okay. I missed something there, but you've really gone all out this time, Molani. Let's shoot again. Oh, no. Oh, you mean inviting Barbara? Wasn't it a pleasant surprise to you? Surprised to see one of your friends from Mondstadt? It was. I almost thought I'd come to the wrong studio. If we had to do the math on this sequence of events, I guess we have Shironen and Verisa to thank in the end. They have a friend in Mondstadt who sent postcards with Barbara drawn on it to Nepechka. Shironen handed me the card, and I did some asking around, which led me to finding this amazing dancer from Mondstadt. Once I knew, I just had to invite her over. Otherwise, I'd never be able to shake the feeling that we were missing a crucial piece in our dance party puzzle. We've had friends from the Knights of Favonius visit previously. They're bold and courageous, and they got along great with us, people of the Springs. It just happened that I met a knight I had made friends with back then, and got them to send a letter through the Adventurers Guild, which was delivered to Barbara. Still, if we hadn't only just invited Niru over from Sumeru, and didn't have a million and one things left to set up, I would have gone to Mondstadt myself. I mean, that would have been the earnest thing to do, right? Not to mention how I've been curious about Mondstadt for some time now. It seems like tons of fun. You're right on the money. I wouldn't call it just fun. Anyway, I'm totally adding it to my list of destinations. After this test party is over, I need to have Amina supervise the training of our new warriors. And if all goes to plan, I can continue touring once that's over. Look out now. You never know when I show up in a place both familiar yet unexpected and surprise you. I mean, have you ever? It feels like you have been somewhere in some case. Kachin and Barbara there, but now Nilu again. Yamane joy today, Petunia. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you too. You seem to have made some great new friends. Thank you, traveler. This time around, I've stayed in Natlan for more than half a month. Previously, it was my first time experiencing life outside Sumeru. I'd never even traveled very far at that time. And here at the Easy Breeze Holiday Resort, I've experienced something quite different from my time with the people of the Springs. Natlan really is amazing. Each of the 6 tribes has its own musical styles. When Kachina took me on a tour of the Children of Echoes, I got to see their unique dance pedals. Some of their moves are really impressive, like the one where they push off the ground with one hand and lift their body into the air. Breakdance, yeah. Or the one where they lie on their stomachs or backs and begin to spin rapidly. On stomachs. I never knew strength could be expressed through dance like that. Everyone got their specialties. Sorry. Meantime, I'm having my own fun here. Yeah, whatever. Everyone's got their special. I mean, that's a whole different breed of dance there. Yes, I couldn't imagine what it would be like to do that dance for myself. Of course, it's probably not wise to force yourself to learn everything, but we can be open to new things, right, Milani? One's art must constantly seek nourishment to grow into something lovelier, isn't that so? On that note, I think I've learned a thing or two, thanks to Deaconess Barbara from Onstead as well. From Barbara, what did you learn? About the energy or in dance. As you know, dancing was not supported in Sumeru in the past. I mean, well, why? This restriction. Yo, yeah. Alright. Brain fart. Whatever. This restriction has long since been lifted, but old habits die hard, you know. As such, our songs and dances continue to prize wisdom, elegance, and beauty, incorporating no exaggerated movements. Dehia says that this is what they call cultural inertia. It's all a bit profound for me, though. It takes years for perspectives to shift. Widespread change takes more time. I see. So that's how it is. By contrast, Barbara seems much freer when she dances. It's very cute, I'd say. But, and I do think it's a shame that this happens, she seems a bit too polite when talking to me. I mean, she's like that. That's not quite right. Would reserved be a better way to put it? Is it because of her position? Or is there something else? The position definitely is there, but I don't know about the rest. And you're meeting for the first time, so maybe she isn't sure how to proceed. Sometimes you just got to take it slow. Is that so? Don't worry, I wait for her to be ready. I'd love to be friends with her, just like I am with Mulani. Okay, Sadil. What about you guys? Dancing is so fun. It is fun. It's super fun. Doesn't it make you happy to move? Woo! Anyway, I'm so glad Manaya invited us all here on vacation. This place is wonderful. I'd be sure to come back often. Hehe, I've saved up a ton of mora. So don't you worry. Food, fun, it's all on me. Don't mention it. Thank you, ma'am. Hey, no one, none of the ma'am stuff. Call me Big Sis. Thanks, Big Sis Ingin. Yay. That was awesome. Okay. Nasta. But I must talk with these guys. Kachina, Barbara. Let's start it. I mean, that's gonna be a joint conversation, but I'm guessing Barbara is the star here. At this point. Ah, Barbara, I've been giving it some thought, and I think there are some moves we could improve on. You know, to help our Melusian friends go with the flow more easily and have the little Saurians time their moves better. Oh, sure. Let's check some medical books later and see how we can improve the motions that weren't designed for Melusins or Saurians, shall we? I'm sure we can come up with some bubbly, interesting and easy to learn dance steps just like last time. Kachina and Barbara? Well, if it isn't my apprentice and Mondstadt's idol. Well, this is an unexpected combination. Like, now every time we will mention that, it's a bit on the nose. It's getting there. Pitine Paimon. I thought I'd take longer for the... It will take longer for the news to reach the Adventurers Guild and for them to reach you from there. I mean, I have not been talking to the Adventurers Guild, but maybe I did earlier and that was a mention. Whatever. But I'm glad that you're back so soon. It seems like couriers abroad are really efficient, huh? I mean, yeah, that's a thing. I realized that the Adventurers Guild, that part that we go to the Adventurers Guild and they assign us to certain parts. It was kind of lost since I would say the cousin was definitely there with that, but later on, what was the quest? It was a Dane Steve quest, I think. The last time when we were sent that way. No, maybe, but that's different because that's Furina story quest. I know that it was like that, but I would say an event, not a word quest, more like an event. Yeah, with events they don't do it. They skip that part. But they are still, like, in this case is mentioned that they reached out to us. They did that a few times now. Or a couple, or several times now. Hey there, Honorary Knight. You're finally here. If you'd arrived any later, the children would have finished listening to Tumaini's travels in Mondstadt. Albeit, without all the fascinating things I'd need your consent to talk about. Oh yeah, like that whole bit with the Holy Liar. I mean, she knows now? Looks like you're getting along just great here, huh? Good going, Kachina. I'd say I have Miss Mulani's passionate invitation and Kachina's patient introductions to thank for that. It's only been a few days at the Easy Breeze Holiday Resort, but I'm feeling quite at home already. Isn't it just a lazy day and a summer beach? Feels just like the Golden Apple Archipelago, huh? Speaking of which, this is a pretty huge get-together, isn't it? The venue was built just for this event, and we've got way more participants than last time. Plus, they're from 2 extra countries. When we first started, Mulan only thought of inviting Miss Nilu and her friends from Sumeru like last time. But various... Oh, and they're talking about last year. But various things happened and new participants kept arriving. Friends from Mondstadt was something we thought might happen, but having Fontanians over sure was a pleasant surprise. Manaya, who's lived with the people of the Springs for many years now. Did she? Oh, is that the Moo? Has invited the Melusins from her hometown to be her guest. No, then it's Manaya, but... behold, the surging tides of friendship. So she's been here all along. I just missed her. Or we could not meet her before. What do you mean surging? Uh-oh. You mean that once you have enough friends, surprises like these come surging out from time to time? Eh? This is the first time I've danced in front of friends from all over Tevat. It's been a real test of my skills. It's also been incredibly fun though. I hope you'll enjoy this very special party too. Some of the Melusins and Saurians movements were designed by Kachina and me. Well, You're the one who put in the most work. You even pointed out all those profound anatomy details. Oh, don't be so modest, Kachina. I still have a lot to learn from you when it comes to more intense dance moves. But if you think if you think Dance Event choreographer stands out a bit too much or sounds a bit too load-bearing for the event success, let's be move and groove consultants instead, shall we? I would go with that. Just for fun. Okay, now separately. Hello there, Honorary Knight. I only found out upon arriving in Natlan how much everyone here respects you. I'd say it sometimes beats how much most others respect you as the Honorary Knight. I wouldn't say. And I also think that maybe not. Because which one would be? I mean, because the time and the stuff as I did as an Honorary Knight compared to what I did as Tumaini. But I think at the start, as I became an Honorary Knight and with the Dwalin incident, it really dwarfs next to what we did as Tumaini here. It's just yeah, I've been Honorary Knight for a long time and I've been praised there a lot as well. I just did what I could to help. I see you've made quite a few new friends. How are things with Kachina? Have you spoken to Nero? And do be careful of heat stroke. You have fun first, Barbara. I'll join you later. So there's a lot of reading. Speaking of which, I'd like to give you a bit of, bit of advice as a friend. And you can't always pour yourself into various commissions and focus solely on fulfilling the wishes of others. You've got to take some time for your body and mind too. Don't let that fatigue build up. You know, like my sister does. Thank you, Barbara. This kind of relaxing gathering works great for that. You could definitely stand to organize similar events when you're with your friends in other nations. I've never had the chance to see you dance or lead dances before today, so if you don't mind, I have myself to sit in the audience. Okay. There's a lot of other things to talk about. Friends, yeah, everyone in Atlan has been such a pleasant surprise. I didn't know that Miss Shilonen, who visited Mondstadt recently, was such a skilled craftswoman. I've heard that even the Archon goes to her to get tools made. I mean, her primary customer is the Archon, I would say. And to finally join the dance-off stage for myself, it's truly marvelous. The way the sound twists and pulses with each turn of the knobs, and those constantly flashing lights, it gives me chills, but that was a pleasant feeling. Miss Shironen also gave me a record of some unique music. She said that Fontanian devices can also play said record. I'll make sure to listen closely to it once I get back. Was Mualani the first to find you? She was, and well, let's just say that I'm still getting my bearings on that one. When I first received her invitations, my reaction was, well, is this some new type of scam? New type of scam? Fortunately, as I read on, I could feel her passion through the words written on paper. I've heard my fair share of earnest prayers, since such sincerity which comes from the heart cannot be faked. Naivete. And sure enough, when our caravan arrived at the stop, I saw her rushing over on a surfboard. That's when I knew. This is the person I'm looking for. I'm sure we'll make great friends. After that, she dropped all the work she had on and took me all the way from the people of the springs to where the children of Echoes live. We received some friends from somewhere there, and then it was off to the Flower Feather clan to take the boat to this resort. Sounds like a great time. That's very like Mulani. It was like a dream. Of course, we've still got plenty of time, so I make sure to continue enjoying my trip. Yeah, but I'm gonna bother you a little bit more. How are things with Katrina? To be honest, she reminded me of me. I just learned to dance. I'm not talking about her skills, but more her state of mind. She loves dancing, and she practices hard, and she still gets stage fright when she's in front of strangers. Oh, you noticed that as well. She's actually improved a lot since we first met. Where dancing is concerned, her potential is well beyond her humble self-assessment. Really, really, I'd break my heart if we couldn't polish that talent like a gem. It will break my heart, yeah. I share all that I've learned with her. Hopefully that can help her overcome those little shortcomings of hers. Okay. What else is there? Have you spoken to Nilo? Of course. She's a famous dancer from Summer, you know. Even if I hadn't accepted this invitation, I'd have gone looking for her sooner or later. I'm a monster's idol after all. Dance knows no boundaries, and an idol must always push hers. And because you're both idol, yeah? That said, we haven't gotten to know each other as quickly as I did with our Netherlands friends. Too many fun places to visit, maybe. Either way, we haven't had time to have a proper chat. Her dance steps, though, give you a sense of natural grace, like a flower body in the midst of blooming. Dance steps are the most authentic way to reflect someone's personality. Back to differ. So I would guess that she is usually a quieter person. I think perhaps a soft approach to getting along with her might work best in that case. I think you're easy going to get along with Barbara. I don't think you need to worry so much about that. After all, she's a friend from Sumeru and a famous dancer too. I think there might be some differences in our culture, customs, and personal habits, no? Of course. It should be. Jean reminded me to take a note of that. Before coming here, I borrowed some books to learn the basics of Nepalese culture. That said, I didn't have much time to learn about Sumeru in detail this time. I should do my research over the next few days. Maybe ask Melanie a few questions, or maybe ask Nilo herself, you know. She wouldn't mind, I'm sure. Yeah. To be careful of heart stroke, heat stroke, heart stroke. Are you worried that I'm wearing too many layers? I mean, you have a better suit for this opportunity. Thanks, still I'm fine. The sea breeze here is really cool, and the temperature is quite different at night. I did ask my sister and father for their opinion before coming here, in fact. Jim felt that as a deaconess of the Church of Favonius, it would be best if I dressed formally for my first public appearance in Letland. As for father, he reminded me that the sunlight here can be very intense, so I should watch for that. That's how I came to this party in the same clothes I wear at the church despite the heat. Yeah. Or because it was easier to animate, huh? China? Petune, having fun so far? Barbara and Miss Needle have nothing but high praise for Molanis monster and fusion food. I mean, maybe. If you're tired or hungry, you should definitely. If you're tired or hungry, you should definitely try it. I'm doing great. How about you? I'm the last eternity. I'm kind of excited actually. Excited? Well, I've never really talked about dancing with friends from abroad before. Definitely not with two friends who are this amazing. Melanie told me all about Miss Nilo beforehand, so I knew what to expect. Speaking with her feels like you're listening to a lullaby. Not in the sense that you'd fall asleep, but more that your body and mind get so relaxed. She's so gentle, calm, and so reassuring. That's quite true. An astute analogy. I knew it. I was onto something. And then there's Miss Barbara. I was honestly a bit worried before meeting her. After all, I've heard that she's Mondstadt's most popular idol. That makes her a superstar, right? So I was thinking, would I upset her if I mess up in some way? Luckily, she turned out to be super easygoing as well. Everybody's easygoing. This is Tevat, you know. Her vibe is a bit, I mean, Totora wasn't. A bit different from Luz. She feels more like a bubble. Light, floaty, and shiny. That's the feeling she gives up. Honestly, I didn't think I'd ever meet two more girls like Molani. You know, people who... Oh, yeah, the hydros. People who could roll with every dance move I suggested on the first try. Sounds like you've met your people, huh? Make sure to hang out with them more, alright? Totally. Yeah, I treasure this time we have for sure. Okay, and how are you getting along with them? I realized that the two of them would mention all these techniques that I've never considered before. In terms of time spent dancing and the number of the performances they've done, both are way ahead of me. Though our dancing styles are different, I really want to learn from them and pick up new techniques. You've always taught me to push my limits and become a more well-rounded person. Did I say that? Strange, don't recall saying that. You never said it directly, but I've heard adventurers from all over say that you can solve just about any problem. They also say that when it comes to academic qualifications, you would be rated as an expert in many different areas of study by artisans from Lea, as well as academics from both the Summer Academia and the Institute thing in Fontaine. Praising again. I'm overwhelmed with praising. And isn't there a saying in Lea about leading by example? Well, I think you are doing just that. Okay, this part is actually cool. You've been learning a lot lately, Katrina. Looks like we'll have to push ourselves more from now on too. Haha, thanks. I do my best too. Okay, let's go and have fun. Do the fun part of the fun. You used to do it already, huh? We've got Manuzins and Asha joining our teams and dancers this time. Look at them go. Gives you a real cozy feeling, doesn't it? Let's start the party. Yeah, but I don't care about Nasta. So, that's the spirit. Unleash passion and rock your body to the beat. Rock your body to the beat. Oh, why? Really? Why? Why can't I do this on my own? I don't know why that is required. What is a good thing in this being a coop event? What requires this to be a coop event?
Let's get this dance party started!
Okay, I fucked this up. Oh! That synchronized thing, that's crap. And I have the... Oh, yeah. I have the least points. I had the least points. No, I do have the least points, yeah. Hate it. Hated it. Always will. And it even has a crap part. But what is the synchronized thing that you should like do the same movements but 2 beats later? Oh no. That was it. That was it. And even if there's an ending for this event, then that will not be streamed. Because I will not do this right now quickly. And like I have no reason to. I mean, I will use that 40. And now that I'm here, let's do here. No, fuck, no. Let's do the Sandrone Chronicle, and then I can spend that 40. I know what to spend that 40 resin on. Hi there.
The Kuhenki and I were just playing a picture guessing game. Would you like to join?
No, no, no.
Go on now, friends.
I mean, that's a primo gem.
All you need to do is guess what the picture is.
Umbrella. The Kuwaki experimental design bureau. A floating animal fungus. Umbrella. I mean... So if I would see just the stars, but because of that would more like be... All three are good answers, by the way.
The body's got some resemblance, but is their cap really that round? You got the floating part right, at least.
Wait, the design bureau is not floating
The
either.
correct answer is the Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau. The structures the Fatui have raised in Nod-Krai are far too... bold. Even the Kuhenki can remember them. Come back now. You really outdid yourselves.
Oh yeah. At least they had their fun in that way that...
Thank you for taking the time to play with the Kuhenki. I hope we can have just as much fun playing together next time.
Yeah.
If you'd like, you're more than welcome to play with the Kuhenki again sometime.
Of course. Okay. And then in more stats, I go here because I didn't do this for a while now. Also, I don't even know. I always use Pyro, this boss. At the end part, I have Nicole to do it, but I'm curious if Sandrone is. Not that I would need this. Just made me remember. So that if Sandrone is alright to be used.
Take a break. I think not. Come on, keep up.
Huh?
How tiresome.
It's time gated anyway, so yeah. Okay, but Sandrone works just as well. Oh. Okay, we have 3 because I decided that I will upgrade or ascend Beidou. And for that, dealing with this boss a few times is the way to go. Okie dokie. So I guess short stream. Short stream. But thank you for watching. There will be tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow will be the what's the special program, and then I still think that there will be an event, but I might expect like a leyline overabundance or whatever that is, you know. So some of these double reward kind of events, not something. Even this easy breeze, okay, we met some characters, but it's like nothing. Usually I'm not even streaming these. It's just more like an excuse to get to do something next to the Sandrone ones, because I'm not jumping up on stream just for doing the Sandrone ones. However, there will be a few streams in the future that will start with the Sandrone events left, because I still have like 7, 8, 9, you know. I just didn't want to do the 6, 7 joke, but somewhere there. 6 to 9. Okay, too many of those number jokes here. Thanks for watching. Bye.